Very nice. Good afternoon, my dear learners. I hope all of you listening. Learners, please acknowledge.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Today we are going to just start our academic counseling class of the marketing management. Today we are going to discuss about the marketing environment. I hope um, shortly the more learners will join and few learners they very regular in the academic counseling class related the very good thing because this regularity bring you the excellency toward the your career and your knowledge. Shortly I'm going to start my online academic counseling class. I request to you very attentively and very carefully all of you attend this. I am going to share my PowerPoint presentation. Learners, is my PowerPoint presentation is visible to you? आप लोगों को क्या PowerPoint presentation दिख रहा है?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Learners, today under the MMPC006 marketing management, we are going to discuss about the marketing environment. Myself, Dr. Sapan Asthana, I heartily welcome to all of you in today's online academic counseling class of the MBA online and ODL mode. The outline of the discussion, introduction, changing role, and impact of marketing environment, demographic environment, economic environment, socio-cultural environment, natural environment, technological environment, political legal environment, micro environment, micro marketing environment, marketing research, meaning and scope of marketing research procedure, marketing research in India. This is the broader outline of today's discussion. As you all know, marketing plays a very important role in our first uh, academic counseling class. We try to understand each and every fundamental aspect of the marketing management. Under that unit, we try to understand exactly how the marketing management is important and how this marketing management is interconnected with each and every subject, maybe the financial management or information technology, manage economics, accounting, or in any area. So, marketing management in current time playing very important role. Suppose if you are producing excellent quality product and rendering a good service, but lack of the marketing, you can't earn the good income in your organization. Today, we are going to discuss the marketing environment. As you all know, um, and you all the familiar with the environment word, how the environment. Every person say good environment play the important role. If the environment is good, then automatically, uh, if you are going there, you will get the benefited. If your friends environment is good, you will grow. If your office environment is good, definitely will grow. And it means the environment plays a very important role. Where you are residing, where you are living, you are staying, that environment is very important. In the same way, the marketing environment also very, very important. Means how uh, the surrounding of the marketing. Um, Under this various environment we are going to discuss today. My dear learners, I know all of you are taking a good interest in attending the classes. If you have any query, any doubt, you must ask. That is the very, very interesting and good for me also. And this shows you are very attentive and you are taking interest. When we talk about the introductory or introduction of this marketing environment, human being and all other living creature live and survive in certain environments suitable and conducive for their existence, and would also adjust and accommodate from time to time according to the prevailing climate and weather condition at a given place or location. We all know uh, our survival and various type of the leaves, no, they are residing as per their environment and climate situation. In the same way, if you we want to do good in the marketing, we must uh, required the good marketing environment. The marketing is conducted outside the four walls of the company. Thus, it becomes even more mandatory for the initiating a thorough analysis of the marketing environment of a firm in which it operates, which is aimed at the identifying changes, trends, opportunities, and threats, if any. Because if you work hard to understand, to know, to analyze the outer aspect, only then you will become the good marketer. This is also known as the environmental scanning, internal and the external. Both environment play the very important role. If you are managing very effectively the external environment, but you are not in the position to manage the internal environment, then overall the growth of the your organization is uh, lacking. So this is the important for the any marketer. He must manage the both environment, internal and the external. If you want to manage the both internal and external, it is the first prerequisite for you. You must know what is the internal and what is the external. In other words, scanning of the marketing words environment helps to identify the strength and the weaknesses of the company in short analysis and opportunities and threats pushed by the external environment. The threats and the weaknesses of the firm imply its internal ability and limitations. In the strategic management, we generally use the word SWOT analysis. Same in the marketing environment. At the time of these analysis, at the time of the scanning, we perform this SWOT analysis in the form of the study of the marketing environment. As a marketer, you must monitor the six macro factors, forces which are external to the firm. They include demographic, economic, socio-cultural, and natural, technological, and political, legal. These are the major six macro environment. The marketing environment is the combination of the micro environment and macro environment. According to the Philip Kotler, my dear learners, as you all know, the Philip Kotler is very, very renowned personality in the area of the marketing management. According to Philip Kotler, a company's marketing environment, a company's marketing environment consists of the internal factors and the forces which affect the company's ability to develop and maintain successful transactions and relationship with the company's target customer. This definition given by the Philip Kotler. When we go ahead and we will take the definition of the pride and feral. According to the pride and feral, the marketing environment consists of external forces that direct or indirectly influences an organization's acquisition of the inputs and generation of output. Same when we do the comparison between the Kotler and the Prides and the Feral definition, both very rightly stated the meaning and importance of the marketing environment. Dear learners, as you know, the changing role and impact of the marketing environment. Every day, the marketing environment change very, very rapidly because today's is the era completely is backed by the information technology. And in this, every moment, the environment is changing very much. You will take the example, uh, the exemplify the diminishing role of the government owned by BSNL in the telecom industry, which had invested heavily in the landline phone technology, thereby not being able to respond to their drastic changes that were taking place in the external environment. It is essential for marketing organizations to learn how to predict, understand, and adapt to the changes in the dynamic environment through appropriate marketing decisions in terms of the product, pricing, place, and promotion or marketing communication mix. You all know what huge amount invested by the Bharat Sanchar Nigam Limited, the public undertaking in the telecom sector. But when today you do the survey, you will find the penetration of this BSNL is very, very poor. Why? Because they fail to predict, understand, and adapt to the changes in the dynamic environment through the appropriate marketing decisions in terms of the product, pricing, place, and promotion or the marketing communication mix. If they take the appropriate decision, I hope I'm confident today good BSNL's penetration in the telecom sector um, is really, really very, very appreciable, just like various private sectors are doing. Learners, when we talk about the various elements of the macro environment of the marketing, first is the demographic factors, and second is the economic factors, and third is the socio-cultural factor, and fourth is the natural factors, and fifth, technological factors, and last is the political legal factors. As you all know, the you are familiar with the various key words. What do you mean by the demography? What do you mean by the economic? What do you mean by the socio-cultural? And what do you mean by the natural? And what do you mean by the technological? and what do you mean by the political legal. But we are going to discuss in the detail in respect of the marketing management. Demographic environment. A demography is a study of the population. What do you mean by the demography? Demography is the study of the population. It means under this demography, we study the various aspect of the population in term of the age and gender and various aspect of the population, literacy and literacy, their likes, segments, etc. People constitute the markets. Therefore, marketers are interested to understand the changing composition of the pupil in terms of the size, rate of the growth in the different regions, cities, towns, and the rural areas. Uh, that's why when any company want to start the new business, they do the research in the demographical environment. They want to know the age distribution of the pupil, educational level of the pupil, and household patterns, composition of the workforce, occupation wise, and religious background of the pupil is also an important part in the demographic environment. If I will ask to the my dear learners, they are very attentively listening to me and seeing my PPT. If I will ask to you learners, how the demographic environment play the important role, what you will reply? Please tell me. Any learner voluntary. Suppose the demographic environment is the important in the marketing management. Under the environment, marketing environment, if I will ask to you, why we go for the demographic environment? Who will reply?
To understand the need of the people.
Good, very good. Yes, to understand the need and want of the people. Because if as a marketer, the basic thing, the need and want, if you rightly identify, only then you are in the position to produce the product and services. So you must know your target populations, age distribution, education level. Age distribution means what are the various age groups are residing in your um, target area. Population suppose 1000, and you know accordingly, and the educational label and household patterns, etc. One very good statistical example I taken from the your digital content. This statistics provide some interesting perspective about the demographic characteristics of the world from a macro angle. पूरे जो है ग्लोबल वी कैन से फ्रॉम द ग्लोबल एस्पेक्ट एक this is the one very small but very interesting example in front of you. If the world were a village of the 100 people, if the world were a village of the 100 people, first 60 people would be Asian, and 15 would be African, 11 would be European, 9 would be South African, and 5 would be non American. This is the one statistical data in front of you. The second, the 12 pupil, the 12 pupil speak Chinese language, 5 speak Spanish, English, 3 speak Arabic, Hindi, Bengali, and Portuguese, 2 Russian, Japanese, and remaining 62 pupil speak different other language out of the 60, and 33 people would be Christians, 22 would be the Muslims, 14 would be Hindus, 7 would be Buddhist, 12 would be non-religious, and 12 would have faith in other religions. These three and more, 17 people would be illiterate, 26 people would be under 14 years of age, and 8 people would be above 65. The number of the male and the female would be equal. 51 people lives in urban areas and 49 in the rural areas. 78 people would have access to electricity and 22 do not have. Um, 13 people would not have access to the safe drinking water. 75 people would have cell phones and 30 would be active internet users, and the 22 would be owning or sharing a computer. 48 people would live on less than $2 per day. One out of two children would live in poverty. My learners, Sapan paragraphs statistical data. All of you, listen carefully. If I will ask to you, being a marketer, what you will do from this statistical data? What you will reply?
Sir, as this data shows the different types and religion and aspects of a demography, so we need to study and research each of them, their categories, so that we should satisfy and uh, make such a product that will satisfy all the majority of the demography, and no one would be harmed by any like discrimination of race, caste, gender.
Thank you. And if any other learner want to share his view, she is also very welcome.
So basically, based on these data, we can decide our marketing strategy, like what people will need and what to uh, what other things are required between the age group of the people.
Thank you. Definitely, this statistical data is very important a source for preparing the marketing strategy. Very good. Marketing strategy in the hand of the marketer. You just see this. This statistics would offer some vital and insightful information to the marketers to pursue in their decision making process. The web statistics would offer some vital and insightful information, from a marketing perspective. India is the second largest market in the world, next to the China. India is projected to surpass China to become the world's most population country by 2024. By 2030, the country is expected to be home to more than 1.5 billion people. India's population is expected to reach 1.7 billion by 2050. With regard to the age composition, India has more than 50% of its population below the age of 25. Two out of the three Indians are below the age of 35. The average age of an Indian was 29 years in 2020. It was 37 for China and 48 for Japan. Learners, if 29-year average age in 2020 in India, and for China 37-year, and for the Japan the 48-year, it means India is youngest country when we talk in the comparison to the China and the Japan. Suppose if you are doing marketing or producing product and services, this data will help you lots. India has more than 2,000 ethnic group, more than 19,500 languages are spoken in the India's as a mother tongue. There are 121 languages that are spoken by 10,000 or more people in the country. The life expectancy of the India in 2021 in 69.96, approximately 70 years. These are the very, very valuable statistical data for the marketer. When we talk about the various macro environment, the first is the economic environment. Learners, you all know economics activity that is doing for the economy. Suppose you are doing some production, we are doing some services, and we are getting the revenue. Marketers should keep track of and monitor the purchasing capacity of their customer. The purchasing patterns and the power of the people depends on the factors such as their income, saving, inflation, ability of the credit, etc. These are the various factors they influence the economic environment. These factors of the micro level, we can say the customers. On the macro level, we can say industry or firms. Firm come under the micro and the industry come under the macro. The economic reform adopted in 1991 are applauded the high economic growth seen during 1991 2011 and the sustainable reduction of poverty from 2005 to 2015. However, the Indian economy was failing to generate sustainable livelihood, livelihood for the workforce. So, the economic environment, the study of the economic environment is very essential. These are the also some examples, uh, some of the major changes that took place in India's economic front between 1991 and 2021. Out of 510 million of the workforce in India, a vast majority of them are working in private informal sectors. This is the one statistical data. About 65% of the India's population in 1991 depended on agriculture for livelihood. However, in 1921, the agricultural sector provided livelihood only for the 40% of the people. Means from the 65 to 40%, 25% deviation come. It means the 25% the population shifted from the agricultural sector to the other sectors. It means nowadays the human resources are more and more involved in uh, other sector. Only the 40% people are in the agriculture. The share of the services in the GDP rose to 54.27 in 2021 from 43.2 in 1991. It means the service sector increases very much in comparison to the um, other sector. Suppose when we are talking about the economic um, environment, we will take the example of the COVID-19 pandemic, the impact of the Indian economy, how this badly affected our economy. First, largest GDP contraction. Yeah, you all know Second, sharp rise in unemployment. Third, stress on supply chains, decrease in government income, the collapse of the tourism and hospitality industry, reduced consumer activity. How many my learners are familiar with this all points? Please acknowledge. Is you are with
Yes, sir.
me? Is this is true? This
Yes,
by
sir.
these are the COVID-19 factors very badly influence our economy and especially come under the economic factor. Yes, good. We all know the impact of the COVID-19 on the five industry, especially the hospitality sector, tourism sector, hospitality sector, tourism sector. These are very, very badly influenced. And aviation and travel sector, automobile sector, and real estate and construction sector. It means the marketing environment during the COVID-19 pandemic in the phase 1 in the 2020 and in the phase 2 2021. These very, very badly influence our economy. It means being a marketer when you are going to take the decision on these, specifically in these industry, you must take care what happened, what is currently going, what will happen in future. Means how we are going to predict socio-cultural environment. Socio-cultural environment is composed of the culture, social class, traditions, beliefs, values, and the lifestyle of the people in a given society, etc. In India, culture, some of our cultural values are deep rooted. As you all know, this is the India is the country of the culture. India is the country of the ethics. India is the country of the values. Dear learners, these also various points influence the marketing environment. If you are the marketer, you must take care of these factors also. In Indian cultural, some of our cultural values are deep rooted. You know, they are known as, for example, very good example also quoted. For the example, believing that the children should get an education is a core value. Believing, it means every person believe our child, our children must get the good education. This is the core value. But when we talk in the other aspect, it is not easy to change the core value. Core values are very, very strong, determined, fundamentals. The secondary value are subject to the change. But if they this is the, if anything is the secondary value, that is subject to the change. Thus, for the example, believing that the children should get education from expensive schools located in the post area in the secondary value. Yes, education is the first, but the labels of the education means here word is a word. This is the very, very important word. uh, Expensive school means my child must get the education from the very expensive school. This is the secondary value. The marketers try to influence such secondary value through marketing effort. Just like the need and want. The marketer can't do much more in the need, but marketer can do more and more in want. socio-cultural environment. Social class is an important concept, and every society is composed of different social classes. It is determined by the type of the income, residential location, and type of the occupation, and so on. Each social class normally exhibits a specific pattern of behavior and lifestyle. This is also play the important role for the marketer. Socio-cultural. What is the your social um, social label in the society? How how you are cultured, and how especially you are residing in which culture. Both the combination means socio-cultural, both influence the marketing strategy, because each and every customer is influenced by socio-cultural environment. Dear learners, when we talk about the natural environment, the environmental analysis must also involve the study of the natural resources. If your organization is using more and more natural environment strategy, then your organization much more popular in the society, because you are using the natural resources. As you all know, in current sustainable development era, the natural environment plays a very important role. If any organization is uh, just working in the content of the natural environment, context of the natural environment, that is much more like by their customer and the, all the stakeholders. um, various aspects come under the natural environment. Availability of the raw materials in the critical to the functioning of a farm, cost and the price structure of the raw material, availability and the cost of energy, environmental pollution, protection of the wildlife and ocean life, environmental regulations and the role of the environmental activities, activist, impact of the climate change on the farm and the ecological balance. These come under the natural environment. If your organization is taking much more care of the natural environment, it means your organization is always thinking about the society, environment. And if you are take care of the natural environment, then automatically the society people take care of your organization. This is also the important marketing environment. Technological environment, take you will take the any sphere of the life, the new and emerging technologies changes influence it tremendously, be it personal life, corporate life, or the social life. As we are aware, technology today emerged as a driving force impacting the marketing environment. Technology has revolutionized the production process. You all know every day technology is changing, because the research and development is going on in the engineering and technology. Use of the new raw material, logistics, information technology also had a profound influences on the business firms and their final products and individual customers. The way we enjoy the entertainment, music, and our access to the education, healthcare, technological innovation, and impacted all such field. All is completely due to the technological environment. If the technology is coming, as you all know, technology, whatever technology using in the marketing area um, is very, very new every day. Suppose today you are using X technology, and then tomorrow in the market come the Y technology. If you want to survive in the market, you must think it for the Why technology? The digital technology, a marketing tool. Traditionally, the marketers used to reach their customers primarily through the print, TV, and radio commercials. As you all know, my dear learners, earlier everybody go for the, if you want to do the advertisement, you go for the TV, radio commercials, or the print media. uh, we all know that the internet and the email became more popular in the recent time in the marketing communication. Yes, nowadays various platform data is available on the internet and email are using more and more by the marketer. In other words, most marketers today use a combination of the traditional media, newspapers, ad, TV commercials, and the outdoor advertising. On the digital media, email and social media, Google Ads. New technologies like artificial intelligence, very popular technologies, artificial intelligence, on the Internet of Things, AI and IoT, enables the customer to use an app from a mobile device to control a product. My dear learners, as I know all of you are the managers, the future managers, because all of you are pursuing your MBA. But you must know what are the various technologies are coming. One, the artificial learning, AI and the machine learning, robotic process, automation, RPA, edge computing, quantum computing, virtual reality and the augmented reality, blockchain technology, Internet of the Things, 5G, and the cyber security. My dear learners, suppose you are the marketing manager. Definitely, you all become the good uh, manager in coming future. So you are pursuing your MBA, but you know how the thing, how the technology, how the things are influencing our market management. So these are the major technology trends. When we talk about the political legal environment, the companies operates within the framework of the prevailing political and legal environment within a state of country in which they function. Environment within a state or country in which they are function. The economic environment is a byproduct of the political system of the country. Not only that, in fact, political decision influence the adoption of the new technologies and the socio-cultural factors in the country. Political legal. Political legal environment, some of the factors concerning to the political environment are the form of the government adopted by the government, political stability, social and religious organizations, media um, media and a special interest group and lobbying. Marketing organizations must understand the adopt to the legal framework related to their industry. And key policy decision that affected the Indian economy in 2019. Few examples I quoted. I said this PPT all of you in your group. Our respected assistant and director, ma'am, will share you further. Uh, corporate tax rate cut in the biggest corporate rate, tax reduction in 2018. The government reduced it from 30% to 22 and and to 15% for the new manufacturing companies. This is the important key economic decision. So this decision taken by the political and legal wings. It means politicians taken this decision and come under the legal. This is also the very how these decisions are going to impact to the marketing management. Suppose one example here I taken the bank recapitalization. The government decided on the capital infusion of the rupees 70,000 crore into public sector banks (PSBs) to boost lending and improve the liquidity situations. And these, the merger of bank, the revitalized the banking sector. The government took a decision to merge PSBs and reduce their number from 27 to 12. As you all know, merger. This merging is also impact on the marketing. The government decided to merge 10 PSB into the four entities. When we talk about the micro marketing environment, the customer, suppliers, intermediaries, and the competition. Uh, these are the also the important. You must know how the consumer is important for us. We must know about the various aspect of the consumer. That's why in the future, all of you study the consumer behavior paper also. Suppliers, supplier chain management also on paper in the MBA. How the supplier is suppliers various aspect knowledge is important for you. Intermediaries and the competition, etc. Uh, when we talk about the difference between the macro and the micro environment, definitely this is the macro environment and micro environment. Both are just like one is the external, second is the internal. um, External environment of an the organization, and the micro is the internal inter environment and nature very complex. Every time the external things are always complex, and the internal things are the less complex. The task of the marketer, the extent of the control, impact function, these are the various. We just try to distinguish between the macro and the micro environment. Marketing research is also the very important. When you doing time to time research and development, that is very essential for your marketing research point of view. Research bring the new innovative ideas, innovative products, innovation in the existing quality or features, and everything. That's why the marketing research is very important in the marketing management, especially in the, when we talk about the environmental aspect. um, Meaning and what are the various scope according to the Richard Krebs. The marketing research is a systematic, objective, and exhaustive research for the study of the fact relating to any problem in the field of the marketing. According to the American Marketing Association, marketing research as a systematic gathering, recording, and analyzing of the data about the problems relating to the marketing of the goods and services. And so, when you do the data explosive the analysis and the interpretation, what valuable data on the basis of that, that is exactly the research. You find the new things, new ideas, new that is not existing earlier, but now you are getting. So we can say the scope of the marketing research is very much in the current time. Marketing research process, problem identification, research design, field work, and the data analysis, report presentation, and interpretation. This is the process. You must go one by one. The emergence of the new age sector like telecom, digital media, insurance are helping the marketing research industry to climb to newer height with the varied analysis on the consumer side. Major challenges: the low internet penetration. Many firms have to adopt on the face-to-face interaction along with the paper and pencil method of data collection. And many organizations still not set up the marketing research cell in their organization. So, my dear learners, I say thank you to all of you for very carefully listening today's um, this online class. So I request to all of you, if you have any query, you must ask any query. I, if you will ask, that is the good for me. And shortly, I will share this PPT. Sir, all subject की books कब तक मिल जाएगी? Okay, this is the general query, not my subject query, but I will reply. Dear learner, soon you will get from books, but you are requested to contact to the our regional center, Lucknow. And for that time, until that time, I recommend to you, you go for the e-gyan course. And on e-gyan course, everything is available. So you must go on e-gyan course, download the various e-content and study. Okay?
Sir, I have a question regarding the assignment.
Please, 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 please.
Sir, as you know, we got our induction on 15th April, and then we got only 15 days to complete our assignment. And while doing the assignment, and as we all are working, so sir, on an average, it takes 2.5 days to complete an assignment. So, is it possible
Dear
that the
Siddharth Trivedi
assignment
ji,
date?
Siddharth Trivedi ji,
Yes,
Siddharth
sir.
Trivedi, always remember, in Hindi, जहाँ चाह है वहाँ राह है. If you have the will, there is the way. So you will take the positively and you will complete. If you just determine, I will submit on the 30th April, definitely will submit. Okay? Only 6 and 7 assignment you need to complete. If any challenges in aspect of the question, you are unable to understand the content or any query, any question, you must ask. I will reply. And you try your best to complete on time. Because when you time complete on time, only then your grade card, examination, and all things will complete timely. You will
That
complete your MBA degree in the the minimum time. Uh, Today, the 30 students are on this platform. I request to everyone, you must complete your MBA within minimum duration of the MBA. And this possible
that
only you submit your assignment on time, you appeared in the term in the examination on time, only then.
Then what about our sir, where we are working and their goals and objectives? Then we won't be able to focus there. We will be just writing exam assignment. Then we will lose our work.
My dear learner, I know because in what we can say time we are passing, many my learners and persons are passes from there. You need to work hard and double. Only then you are in the position to complete the things. Okay, because when we all think one time we will do only one task. No, as a manager, you need to complete multiple tasks at a one time. So you will take the positively and complete Siddharth. And not only you, any learner, they still not completed.
There any
You
chance of date
complete.
getting extended?
Sir, actually, we
Maybe, but
sir,
from this forum, I can't say anything officially.
Okay.
But hopefully, that is the
sir,
jurisdiction of the our administration.
Sir, actually, I think some of us we have received a message like assignment date submission is extended.
No,
So I'm just
again,
agree
uh,
what you are saying. I agree that we'll try to submit on 30th. But what I'm trying to say, I think some of us are receiving a message that it is extended. So we just wanted to cross check that is the how accurate that information, because the source is like somewhere from the web portals. So that's the
first of
reason.
all, Abhinav Rayaji, uh,
Sir.
I am understanding, but being a manager, because all of you pursuing MBA, so all of you are manager for me. Always you believe in black and white communication. Don't believe on grapevine communication. What others say, you just rely. You must go the various official page of the Indira Gandhi National Open University and regional office. From there, you must regularly see the notices, etc. When you see only the video. Otherwise, many time